Around 2 a.m. following last week's win over SMU, we received a phone call from the campus police stating that Tucker Okonkwo and Adam Miller were involved in an altercation outside of a campus bar. The altercation resulted in a civilian being seriously hurt, and even though they were actually defending a young lady, they have violated our personal conduct policy of the team, and as a result, they have been suspended for the last 2 games of the season versus Memphis and Tulane. We take this very, very serious. Adam and Tucker understand their suspension and will serve it accordingly, but we're a team of integrity. We're not going to let this stuff go. We're not going to brush this under a rug or anything like that, and this is the first and only time I will be addressing this, and we preach personal responsibility here. Going out to the bar after a game and a long bus ride, it wasn't a good choice, and they're going to have to serve their suspension, and I'll answer any questions for anything else, but this is the only time I'm going to address this. Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Whitetails Dynasty. And as you just saw, 2 of our star players will be missing for the remaining 2 games of the season as they serve suspensions. So we will get to see Bryant Simmons at quarterback filling in for Adam Miller. He is a redshirt freshman, and he is ready to go. Filling in for Tucker Okonkwo is going to kind of be Blake Childress. Blake Childress has actually been a starter kind of this whole year, and he's really just going to be on the field for every snap now instead of being on there for at least 70% of the snaps. Now it's going to be pretty much every snap. So he's going to have to fill in, and really our defense is missing their leader. So let's kick off this first game here versus Memphis, and here is Xavier Storm breaking out to the right side, and he's got a lot of speed. He's got one man to beat, and he does get tripped up from behind, 64 yards to open it up. So here comes Bryant Simmons, the new leader of this offense, at least for the last 2 games of the season. His first throw, he's going to throw it out of bounds. Nobody could create any separation on his first snap. So 2nd and 10, we're going to hand it off. This time, Jabari Blaze, who's going to get up the middle 4 or 5 yards. Memphis is a struggling team. They are towards the bottom in both offense and defense. So we're going to need to kind of just be on point this game and corral our new quarterback. So we do pick up the first down on that first throw on 11 yards. Here on the 1st and 10, throw across the middle. It's Xavier Storm, a great diving effort. And that's a gain of 12 for the freshman. So now Bryant Simmons, a couple of nice throws on this drive. Throw out to the right side. Yarbrough, who barely gets hit at about the 1-yard line. That is going to be a first down here for the Whitetails at the 1. Handing it off to Jacoby Beck, who is going to get in. And that's a touchdown, 7-0 at home here, as here comes Memphis out on offense. So here is Blake Childress at his new position here, filling in for Tucker Okonkwo. Here on a 2nd and 1, they're going to run Daly Jr. in motion. Robinson hands off to DeAngelis, throws a stiff arm to Justin Jameson, who is going to get about a 9-yard gain and enough for the first down. Another guy we're going to have to look out for filling in for Tucker Okonkwo is Derek Sewell, the sophomore. Here is DeAngelis, another big run out to the right side, and that's a first down. Quick throw by Robinson out to his tight end. That's going to be Frank Brown. He gets a nice gain of 20. As this is what's happening here. Tucker Okonkwo has been the leader of our defense. You can just see kind of out of sync a little bit with him missing. Here's a screen pass out to the left side. That's almost picked off. Marvin Wood should have had that one. So 3rd and 10 this time. Faces some pressure. Robinson gets rid of it. Throws deep to the end zone. And that's almost going to be picked up by Nathan Beaver. But how did Robinson get rid of this throw? Breaks a sack from Ryan Robinson and just barely gets rid of it. But they do settle for 3 on that drive. So here we are on offense, giving the ball to Jabari Blaze, but the Memphis defense is right there stopping them in the backfield, bringing it to a 3rd and 11. Here is Simmons, clean pocket, throws across the middle. He's got Brett Hill, the senior, and he's headed to about the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 20, his first catch of the game. So now 2nd and 10. Simmons thrown out to the right side. He's got Xavier Storm. That's 10 yards for the freshman. And a 3rd and inches call here from the shotgun, running the slants, but throwing to the right side. Wide open is Xavier Storm. A lot of room. He makes a move and gets about 10 more yards. That's a 27-yard gain. And look at this. I mean, how do you forget about Xavier Storm here? Wide open, and that's a big first down. Now we're inside the 15. From the shotgun, this time throw across the middle. It's almost intercepted by Zay Cullins, and Simmons just overthrows Yarbrough by a mile on that one. We caught a break. So giving the ball off to Jacoby Beck. He gets 6 yards as we now move it to about the 5-yard line here for a 3rd and 4. Simmons in the pocket. He's going to throw across the middle. He's got Brett Hill in the back of the end zone. His first passing touchdown as a starter. 8 for 12, 97 yards. Not bad here for his first down. First catch or throw. I can't even speak. And now we take the 14-3 lead. So here is Robinson, this time back on an offense, throwing the ball out to the right side. He's got his tight end, Frank Brown, 19 yards, first down. So now they're inside the red zone. Robinson, pump fakes to the left side. He's going to go down this time, not escaping Marvin Woods, and that's a loss of 5 yards. And now they get into a long 2nd and 15. They run the counter play out to the left side. DeAngelis, perfect blocking, and that's a perfect play call. They get 15 yards on that run, and that's a first down. So they are more of a balanced team, so you will see a lot of running attack and a lot of passes thrown out to their tight ends. Here's a throw out to the left side. That's Nate Parks, 7 yards. So 3rd and 1, handoff. DeAngelis, and he's getting in. He's avoiding the tackle by Nathan Beaver, and that is a touchdown, as now it is down to a 1-score lead going into the 2nd quarter. So Brian Simmons has looked pretty good so far in this game. Here's a run up the middle. Jacoby Beck, nice move, getting about a gain of 14 and a first down. So close to the 47-yard line. This time Simmons from the shotgun scrambles out to the left side. He's got a man deep, wide open. He is going to hit him. That's Doug Johnson, 40 yards downfield. That's a great throw on the run. And now we're inside the 10-yard line. Can he capitalize one more time on this field position? Here's Simmons, throw across the middle. He gets hit on the throw. Doug Johnson may have been wide open for a touchdown, and we do have to settle for 3 points. So now in a 17-10 game, here's a throw out to the right side. Robinson finds his tight end, Frank Brown, again for a gain of 5 yards. So now 3rd and 2, another handoff up the middle. DeAngelis, another great blocking scheme by that offensive line, and that's a good first down run, 12 yards. He's got 70 yards rushing in this game. So here's Robinson, throw out to the left side. It's almost picked off. Cam Duvano has one in his hands, and he keeps this drive alive here for a 3rd and 7. Throw out to the left side. He's got Parks on the sideline, but does not get to the pylon, and Memphis is not going to go for it. They kick the field goal, keeping themselves in this game 13-17. So here on the ensuing kickoff, Xavier Storm, another big hole to left side. He breaks down the sideline and setting us up with good field position this game. That's a gain of 50 on the return. So 3 minutes left here in the first half. Here is Brian Simmons scrambling out to the right. He's got a man. That's Marlon Yarbrough who's open, and he makes a move and gets to about the 10-yard line. Great throw by Simmons. He looks impressive in his first start. So now under 2.5 minutes left. Simmons throws to the end zone on the next play. It's a touchdown. Yarbrough, 11 yards. And Marlon Yarbrough, coming off of 2 games ago, 3 touchdowns. He gets another one here. It's 2, make it 3 passing touchdowns here for our offense. And here we go. Now we are under 2 minutes left here in this first half. We get the ball back. Here's a handoff. This time, Bam Cameron is going to get 6 yards. That was actually the second passing touchdown, actually. I forgot about the first rushing one as Jacoby Beck got in. 2nd and 4, a minute and a half left. Great blocking by Bam Cameron. He unloads, goes deep. It's Yarbrough wide open, who breaks the tackle. He's in. Touchdown. Marlon again. Back-to-back touchdowns for the senior, Brian Simmons, his 3rd of the game. And look at that throw. It was wide open, I got to admit it, but you got to make the throw. I'm impressed with this kid. He's got 3 in the first half, and he's been putting together some good scoring drives as we head into the second half. So here is our defense out in a 20-31 game. Memphis is still keeping this close. Here's a handoff up the middle, and that's a nice stop. Brad Robinson and Nathan Beaver there for the stop in the backfield, as that's usually Tucker Okonkwo's job. Stop those plays in the backfield. They do settle for the long field goal, and it's going to be off. So we do catch a break here, as now we come back on our offense here to start the third quarter. Simmons dumps it off short. He's got Bam Cameron out of the backfield, who's going to break a tackle. Nice move. He makes something out of nothing. Gain of 8. So 2nd and 2, running the screen pass out to the right side. Jabari blazes in. He's going to cut up field, pick up a couple of nice blocks, and he's got a gain of 7 and a first down. He hasn't really run the ball well this game, so Jacoby Beck has been getting most of the playing time. This time Beck fights forward. Oh, he was still on his feet. His knee must have hit the ground. It's a gain of 8. So handoff, 2nd and 2, another hole, first down. Jacoby Beck, he's run the ball well so far. So past the 50-yard line, 2nd and 10. This time Simmons throws across the middle in traffic. Yarbrough holds on to it while taking a hit, and that's a gain of 18. Nice throw. He's well over 100 yards with those 2 touchdowns. So here's a throw out to the right side after a penalty on first down. 1st and 19. That's Chris Coretta, the starting tight end, who's kind of taking a back seat because of the run and shoot offense, but still is capable in this offense. So here is Brett Hill getting open, 11 yards, as now we're inside the 1-yard line here for a 3rd and inches. Draw to the right side. It's Yarbrough again. Touchdown, 2 yards out. 3 once again. 2 games this season, he's had 3 receiving touchdowns, and wow, he's just blowing the scouts away here, as he is definitely on the NFL radar. And as we move into the 4th quarter, we're going to try to run this ball a little bit. Here's Bam Cameron on the counter play out to left side, making some men look silly, and it's a gain of 8 and a first down. So 1st and 10. Here is Brian Simmons scrambling out to the right side. He's going to unload to the sideline. That's Chris Coretta keeping both feet in bounds, maybe preparing for the NFL a little bit. So now on a 2nd and 13, 6.5 minutes left. Simmons unloads. He's got Yarbrough. Touchdown again. 1, 2, 3. Make it 4 receiving touchdowns in this game, and that one breaks the school record for most touchdown catches in a game. Marlon Yarbrough, the greatest receiver to walk through here, and really maybe even in any of my series on this channel. So here is Robinson trying to just bring his team back in a 45-27 game. He's going down on the sack by Shaq Royal. Throw out to the right side on a 2nd and 17, under a minute left. He does complete the pass as he moves it to the 15-yard line here on a 3rd and 4. They just got to get into the end zone. Great blocking by the offensive line. They throw deep. It's a touchdown. Mike Richard in the back of the end zone, 15 yards, and that is a touchdown, as it's still a 2-score game. Memphis is staying in this game, so they do line up for the onside kick, and it's going to be bobbled and recovered by Javon Oliver, our season 1 tight end. And we go on to win this game by a score of 45-33, as Yarbrough has the game of a lifetime. And something tells me that this might not even be the greatest game by him, because we still have at least 3 more games. If we win next week, we will have the conference championship, and then we will also have our bowl game. Who knows where we will end up? But I gotta say, Brian Simmons was impressive, albeit versus probably one of the worst defenses in the NCAA. You still got to show up and throw the ball. And he found Yarbrough all game, close to 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he's having himself a great season. Even when we're spreading the ball around like we are this season, everybody touches the ball, Yarbrough still finds a way to shine. Xavier Storm actually had a pretty decent game as well, and so did Chris Coretta. So everybody pretty much did their part, and Brett Hill got him for a touchdown as well. So defensive-wise, Blake Childress, 6 tackles in his first game starting. Not too bad. So let's talk about recruiting here. And I brought up last episode that, I wanted some recruiting rules, because I do have all of my custom recruits now either they committed to our school or committed to another school. So we have the number 43 ranked class right now. And with our recruiting restrictions, we have a restriction where we say that we can only recruit guys in the Midwest and that are at least top 5 interested in the beginning of the season. But the pool of players that is now available to is really, really slim. So what I'm deciding to do is actually go after any prospect that is eligible. So it still has to be a 3-star in the Midwest, but in our top 3 pipelines. So we will be able to get a top 3-star recruit, at least go after him. It's not a guarantee, but only one in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Ohio, Michigan will not be eligible since they're not in our top 3 pipelines. So we will try to go after one of the top 3 stars in each of those 3 states. So let's start out in Wisconsin. So looking at the Wisconsin recruits, I do see Larkin there at quarterback, but I don't really need quarterback because remember, we have Justin DiRoberto, and now we just saw the coming out party for Brian Simmons. That battle in camp next year is going to be exciting. So then I see a couple of safeties here, Carroll and Carr. Now, David Carr is interesting, 6'5", 196. That is amazing. And looking at his block shedding, it looks like it's going to be about a C. So who knows? This guy could be maybe a linebacker. So I am really, really intrigued by him. So out of those 2 safeties, I'm going to add him to the board. Remember, we can only add 1. So let's move over to Minnesota now and pick our guy here. Joe Stanley is the top 3-star that looks gettable right now, but he's 65 overall 3-star, and I just got done getting 3 receiver recruits this year, and they're all custom recruits, so I'm not going to go after receiver. But quarterback is still a need, and Terrell Samuel is looking like a really good prospect. He has good speed, runs a 4.44, and his strength isn't really that high, which kind of concerns me a little bit. So we'll also look down here to maybe Jimmy Bird. Man, this guy looks like he could be a potential steal. He is about 30-something% locked, so it will be harder to get him, and Iowa State is looking to go after him, and he has a high squat as well. So I'm really, really torn on this because Bird has a 435 bench press and a 545 squat. He looks like a monster. It looks like he's going to be a pretty good player on the defense side of the ball. But I just know that cornerback is a big need for us, and we will need to replace Quintarius Jones next season and also get ready for Elgin Lloyd's departure. So I'm going to go with cornerback there. So let's move on to Illinois. And this one is pretty obvious. Jonathan Simmons is a monster at 72 overall. B block shedding. Remember, we can only unlock 50% of the prospects' ratings before they commit, so that we will be surprised to see whether they are either like a big bust or a gem, or maybe they just end up staying the same overall. And because, like I said, in real life, you don't really know until they're on campus whether or not they're going to be as good as what you thought they were going to be. Just think about it in real life. I mean, there are a whole lot of 5-stars that never make it to the NFL. And you would think, just logically, a 5-star should be in the NFL easily in 3 years, but that's usually not the case. So we add these 3 guys to our recruiting board. And let's just unlock Jonathan Simmons, and he goes up to 74. Even better than what I initially thought. Wow. This guy looks like a monster. 78 power moves. He's going to probably come in at B block shedding, or that could be less than what it is. But man, that's a steal for us. So let's check out David Carr now, the 6'5 safety out of Wisconsin. He ends up being 61. So he might even be lower than that, to be honest, once we see his true ratings when he's on campus, if he does commit. But that one doesn't work out as well. So let's check out Terrell Samuel and unlock his ratings, and he goes down as well, 2 overall. So at least we hit on one of these 3 guys. Jonathan Simmons ends up being pretty good, 74. I mean, he could start day 1 for us, and that would present some interesting stuff. Starting him as a true freshman, and we do have some seniors coming into next season at end. That would be really, really interesting. So in our last game, we will be going up against Tulane. I was going to make this a doubleheader episode, but I decided to have it as the recruiting at the end and kind of show you guys what I'm thinking there in recruiting. But look at Tulane. This is not going to be an easy game. They have won 4 of their last 5, and now they are 6-5 on the season. Remember, they are coached by Troy Davis. If you remember the last season, he was actually on the hot seat. his security was very, very low. But look at this. After going 6-5, winning 4 of the last 5, his job security is now safe. He's looking for that contract extension. This is a big game for him. And then they still have Trayvon Davis at quarterback, but he is a little bit banged up. He might go, he might not go. I guess we'll have to find out when we play if the coach decides to play him. And it's his son versus former team. I'm pretty sure that Trayvon Davis will go, but in case he doesn't, we're going to see a heavy dose of Joel Smith, the backup. So stay tuned for next episode. It's going to be a good one versus our former quarterback, Trayvon Davis, and his dad at coach, Troy Davis. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.